A lot of you have had questions about creating a program in Java, so I thought I'd just show you something. I have jgrasp open here, and I'm going to create a new Java file. Now I can maximize this window, and what I want to do here is I like to put in a couple comments. So I'm going to put in program name. It's going to be sample1. I can have some description on what it does. I'll put the author. I put a bunch of other stuff usually, but for now I won't. You can see the actual source code. The actual source code I'll post with the video. So now I need a couple things. I need to import java.util star. That's just a library saying I need to have some library that is going to give me a scanner class to let me take stuff in. This could be anything for inputting, outputting, anything like that. So every program starts with a class, and I'll call this one sample1. You start it with a brace. That just tells me that that's the start of the class. Now what I'll do at this point is save this, because if I don't, I'll call it sample1. And I'm just going to save over in that case. I've already saved that once. Sample1. That just is going to be something I can't compile it unless it has the same exact name. So my next thing, I need to declare a scanner which is basically going to be a way of saying I want to get information into the system somehow, into this program. So I'm going to use that input prompt to do that. Now all of your classes have to have some mechanism to run everything, and sometimes a class could be just information, or could be some what we call methods we'll look at in a little bit, or attributes, but in our case to begin with, we're going to want to have a public static void main. That's just a main method that always will run when we start the class up. And we could pass arguments, and that's what these parameters are, the string args. I wouldn't worry too much about that header information. Now I'm going to comment this. I'm going to say declare variables used. That's the type of thing I like to see comments in the code you pass in, so make sure you do that. And now I need to declare a type. Let me make this a double. So we have doubles, we have ints, we have strings. A double is going to be a fairly long number with numbers to the right of the decimal. So I'll call this input decimal. Next I want to ask the user for a number. And this isn't going to really do much. We're not going to reverse a number or anything special. Just take a number in and print it back out. But just to give you some of the basic mechanics. Let's say system.out.println. So that's just a command saying system, basically use the system itself, output, print with a return at the end, and please enter decimal number. Actually, let's see what I did here. Sorry. Yeah. So backslash n is going to be a return plus, and plus just concatenates a string, puts them together after you hit the enter. Return the number. Okay. So now I want to. Next, I'm going to assign that the input to a variable. So I already have this variable up here called input deck. So input deck equals input prompt, which I've defined at the top here, dot next double. So next double is just saying take the next double that they enter from the keyboard and put that into that variable. And now I just want to display the results. So display results. So I'm just going to say system.out.println and input deck. And then finally, you want to make sure the braces match. So I'll just go ahead and do this. Match up all the braces. And that's why indentation is also important. So you want to make sure everything lines up nicely so that I can tell what belongs to what. I'll save this, and if I want to compile it, I can either build it from here or do Control B. So I'll compile it. And I should see a little window appear down here. In a minute, it should say operation complete. So here I have my completed program. I've added some comments and so on, but I can now run this by simply either doing a project, build, run, and you see here I have a message down here, so I enter 3452 and I get a number back. I could also do Control R, give me the same result. So that's basically how to build a simple Java program. And again, a few things to remember. We had our imports, things we need. I've included math here, but we don't need that. That can do some rounding. But we've imported some libraries, and we have the class, and then we have the input prompt to get an input in, and the public static void main. Declared our variables, asked for input, and produced output.